chill. Okay? Just chill. It's not the end of the world. The season's not over. We don't need to think about next year. We don't need to be like, well, we can think about what areas need improvement, but we don't need to be like, oh, well, this is where we should go in the draft, free agency, and so forth, and whatever. And is Fitz the answer long term? Duh, he just got a 6-year deal, so let's scrap that. Why didn't CJ Spiller play? Hell if I know, but, like, relax. The Bills lost at home, to a good team. A division rival, but a good team. A team that clearly just outmatched them. It's not like... I know I said in the video that I thought the Bills maybe had a better team than the Jets, and maybe they have better skill players, but they're just not as physical. Just to, react quickly, the Bills were okay on defense in the first half, and they wore down. Obviously. They bid on a play action every single time. Dustin Keller was wide open all the time. Officiating wasn't great. George Wilson's pick was a pick. Just like Steve Johnson was a catch against Cincinnati. But whatever, you know he's crying about it now. You don't know how it turns the game, but whatever. It happened. Good teams find ways to win. We let it bury us. Officiating never, 99% of the time, never directly causes the team to lose the game. The Bills, on offense, couldn't move the ball. They tried one screen. It gained 26 yards. They never did it again. They wouldn't take shots on Revis, even though when they did, it worked. Johnson dropped one, too. And then they tried it too late. Go at him early. Like, they just say, okay, Revis is over here with Steve, or he's up the middle in the slot. Let's just shy away from that. Let's just let him cut the field in half or whatever. And then they finally took chances, and Fitz admitted it. They should have taken more of them. He's a good corner, but Johnson beat him a couple times. It was on coaching to me as well. Fitz can't play like that at home, ever, against a divisional opponent. You can't play like that ever, but especially at home. He had a quarterback rating of 2.8, I believe, in the first half. And he's a quarterback for the future, which is fine. I mean, whatever. But I just wish he would be better when teams play a lot of man. And that sort of falls on the receivers, too. The Bills are supposedly, like I said, living proof that wide receivers are a dime a dozen. But when teams play a lot of man coverages, I talked about this last week, can the receivers create separation? And nobody did. Nobody created separation except Steve Johnson on Revis. Nelson got open a little bit too late. Fitz tried to force some passes. Didn't read linebackers. Like, Fitz carves up the teams he should carve up. And then struggles against good defenses. Struggles to make reads. Struggles to make throws. Play calling wasn't great either. I didn't think, anyway. Jets came into the game 28th against the run. I didn't think we tried to run the ball enough. We tried to, but I don't think we did it enough. Jackson's fumble hurt a lot. Turnovers, obviously. Just real bad performance by the offense. I mean, it was a 3-0 at halftime. And then special teams I don't remember if the Jets scored on their first possession with their field goal, maybe. Or the second half after a good kickoff return by McKnight. I mean, and then, you know, Jackson's fumble led to points. Defense playing with a short field. It's not that Sanchez played great. Nobody really played great on offense on either team. Nobody did. But Sanchez was efficient. And 11 out of 12 in play-action passes. Jeez. Most of those were, I felt like, to Keller. Because Batten couldn't cover him. George Wilson couldn't cover him. He was open every single time. So the Bills got hit in the mouth at home. Good news, we're still undefeated in the blue jerseys. Because this whiteout thing did not work. Never before, never again. You know, you can't, players like just can't ask for a whiteout and come out and play like that. Anyway, we got the Cowboys this week, and this is a good chance to bounce back. So, because it's still like a statement game. I know it's not in the division, but it's against an NFC Super Bowl contender every year, and who struggles. The Cowboys have beaten one team outside of the NFC West. They beat San Francisco, who their only loss, but San Francisco, St. Louis, Seattle, Washington. And they lost to the Jets, the Patriots. Who else? The Eagles. Like, we can beat the Cowboys. They don't have good corners like the Jets do. DeMarcus Ware, that's your problem. Hairston might be back. I don't know if I'm thrilled about our rookie left tackle who has 1.5 starts going in there against DeMarcus Ware. But you got to do it. If it means Levitri can go back to left guard. Run the ball. The Cowboys aren't that great against the run. I don't really know. I don't have the stat in front of me. I don't think they are. Maybe I'm wrong. Might pull that up while I'm talking to you guys. But Jackson averages 100 yards a game on the road. 100 yards rushing a game on the road. So, I mean, give him the ball. Let him do it. Let him throw when he has to throw. I mean, just don't see why we should shy away from what's been working. And here we go, rushing. Cowboys are 10th against the run. 102 yards a game. It's not great, but whatever. Run the ball effectively. I mean, obviously that's just a no-brainer. Just run the ball effectively. And Fitz isn't getting hit, really. Like, the Jets didn't harass him. They just gave him coverages that he couldn't figure out. And receivers couldn't get open. And, you know, Rob Ryan, defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, is calling his brother up right now to see what happened. Or how did we stop these guys? That said, I don't think the Cowboys are that good. You never know when the bad Cowboys are going to show up. Or bad Romo. Miles Austin is going to play. That's good. So you got Dez and Laurent Robinson, who's playing pretty well. I think I would like to trust McKelvin on him or Dez. Put McGee on Dez. I don't care if the speed differential is great. I think McGee is a good corner. You can take him away. The key is Witten. Somebody's got to cover Witten because the Cowboys run that little fake draw and these play-action passes better than most teams do. So I think Witten could carve up the middle of the field. Because Batten couldn't cover Keller. Wilson couldn't cover Keller. Wilson struggled against Gresham. And I'm sorry to George Wilson because I said he wasn't a good player, that great of a player earlier in the year, and I was probably just frustrated. But he's a pretty good player. But he still struggles covering the tight end. He's better than Whitner, but he's not that great at it. So Witten figures to have a good day, I'd say. But the way you take away the play action and guys like Witten is stopping the run. And DeMarco Murray averaging 8 yards of carry over his last 3 games or something ridiculous. You just got to stop him. And sadly, not sadly, I think we can stop DeMarco Murray. I think Darius in the nose is going to eat up Phil Costa. I hope. I think Barnett is good at sniffing out the run and will do so. Kelvin Shepard, kind of invisible so far, but hopefully we'll see some improvement. I know Davis, you know what, maybe get Andre Davis more involved again because he's a good run stopper. Not great in pass coverage, but I still think he needs to see the field. I know you like Shepard, but you don't need to throw him all in yet. Just don't let Murray get to the next level. He makes guys miss. He gets tired, apparently, because he fell down a couple weeks ago because he was gassed. But that was against the Rams. We were not the Rams. We're still a good team. I want you guys to keep the faith. Because if we beat the Cowboys this week, that's what we got to focus on. Take game by game. We went 3-1 in the first quarter of the season. We went 2-2 in the second quarter. A couple videos ago, I said, "Hey, you go 2-2 in every quarter of the season. You're 8-8. You go 3-1 in a couple, and you're 10-6. 10-6 might not get you in this year with teams like the Bengals and the Ravens and the Steelers and the Jets and the Patriots and the Texans and the Titans and the Raiders and the Chiefs and the Chargers. Everybody's good in the AFC. But you know what? Just win. And you don't got to worry about what anybody else does. Beat the Cowboys. Then you get the Dolphins. You got to beat the Dolphins. Shouldn't even be worried about that. You got to beat the Dolphins. And then bang, you're 7-3 and everyone's riding up on the bandwagon again if that happens. But if we lose this game, you can bet your keister that everyone's going to be jumping off looking forward to next season. And that's what I hate about bandwagon jumper fans. But I know that you guys watching this video are not like that. You're not bandwagon jumpers because you wouldn't come 13 minutes into the video to just hear me rant about things like this and talk Bills if you were jumping off the bandwagon. So I appreciate you guys coming this far. Here comes the pick. Bills are going to beat the Cowboys. Up until I made this video, I was pretty sure I was going to pick the Cowboys to win. No, Bills are going to beat the Cowboys. Might not be pretty at times, but they're not that good in the secondary. I think Fitz can have a good day. He doesn't get sacked, get some protection, block D where Fred Jackson is good in pass protection. Bills are going to win this game. It'll happen. Score. Something stupid. I like picking stupid scores. But maybe not. I don't know. Bills are going to win 27-20. Bills. 6-3. Bring on the Dolphins. Guys, thanks for coming this far. Watching the video. I know you're diehard if you're here. Leave me comments, whatever. Subscribe to the channel. Add me on Facebook. I'm Greg. Follow me on Twitter. My name's right there. All that stuff. Ask me questions. I will answer you. I promise. Okay? Guys, Bills are going to win. Book it. Okay? Enjoy the game. Have a fantastic weekend. And above all, let's go Buffalo.